Hey church, Pastor Gary here with today's Overflow. As we're reading through the New Testament this year, we're reading 5 minutes a day, 5 days a week. And I'm working my way through the book of Acts right now. And in our reading plan, that's where I am. Acts chapter 17. And Acts chapter 17 is a chapter filled with conflict. I mean, it seems like one thing after another. It's either a physical confrontation or it's a verbal confrontation, or it's just again and again and again that the people where Paul and Silas go to preach, they're met with contention and division and everything else. And one thing that happens early on is they're in Thessalonica and they're preaching, and people come to believe in Jesus. And the Jews, it says in verse 5, the Jews who didn't respond to Jesus, right? They were jealous. And so they rounded up bad characters from the marketplace. They formed a mob and they started a riot in the city. The conflict that came about in the city, in other words, the conflict that everybody had to deal with wasn't the source of the conflict. In other words, there was a layer behind. What the real issue was. And the way the Lord is speaking to me today is that remembering that when I am doing His work, when I am pursuing my call, when I'm looking to grow in my relationship with Him, when I'm looking to spend time reading His Word and sharing these silly little videos, with you all, that and I face difficulty and conflict and stress and all this other stuff. That's not the problem, right? There's a problem behind the problem, and that conflict with God's work is a spiritual problem. So it is a God versus evil. It's a spiritual battle. It's part of that spiritual battle that the New Testament talks about, that wars within us, right? Whether it's against my flesh and sin and the spirit, or it's just between my schedule and the things that I want to do, or the things I get distracted doing instead of the things that I want to be distracted doing. Everything gets in turmoil. And a lot of times my personal devotion turns out to be like Jason in the story here. He's just collateral damage, right? He and his family are thrown into jail only because they responded. They were faithful to what Paul was preaching. And all that to say, don't let remember that there is conflict going on in our spiritual life, and not to get so caught up in what's happening right here in front of us. Yeah, we have to deal with that. We have to deal with our schedules, and we have to deal with maybe our neighbors, or we have to deal with our family. But remember that there's a spiritual element at the root of it. And that's the thing that the Spirit can help us to address. So ask God to help you today when you feel like that conflict is rising up in your life. All right? He'll help you. He promises to never leave you nor forsake you. God bless. Remember today, Jesus loves you. So does your Rock Hall Church. Have a great day. Bye-bye.